Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Kaelin. Welcome back to the indie album spotlight. I forgot the name already, bro. Yes, this series has a name now because thanks to a comment I made in the last video, I finally have a name for this series because I had the very genius idea of turning this into turning the video, taking the audio and turning it into a podcast, basically. So it's called the Indie Album Spotlight. I don't know why I can't get that right. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Pocket Casts, I think. If there's more platforms you want me to put it on, let me know. But go stream it if you are listening right now. Hello. In today's episode, we are talking about an artist named Malinda, who I adore, and her newest album called It's All True, which is it's just good. It's just too good. Let's get right into it and start out with a little introduction to Malinda herself. Now, if you also new setting, I know, new setting. I'm hoping this is the permanent setting. The bedroom setting was only temporary, so this should be the permanent setting. Sometimes it'll be daytime, sometimes it'll be night. So if you see this really bright light on, that means it's nighttime. Anyways, Malinda. If you have been on YouTube for like the past decade or maybe 5 to 8 years, then you may have saw this little thing called Google Translate Sings, which is where a woman would take a popular song and put it through millions of languages in Google Translate and then sing the translated version. That woman's name was Malinda Kathleen Reese, and that is who we are talking about today. So yeah, she got popular with her Google Translate videos, and her whole thing was everybody was like, but wait, she can actually sing. Her channel name was Malinda Kathleen Reese, and then she also did some normal covers too. And then down the line, she changed the name to Twisted Translations. Was there a name before that? You know what, I don't really remember if there was a name before that because I was a fan, so I should know this. But her debut EP of original music was called Love Letter, and it came out in 2018. Then she released 2 EPs in 2021, which was called The Folks I Love and Sea to Sky. And 2 of her songs that I particularly I hate that word so much, love, is called one of them is called Don't Make Me. And that song really what made me discover that I was a theater kid. The song is so like dramatic, and it does really like seem like it should be in a musical number, and it's so good. She says don't make me be the bad guy, as that's the hook of the song. And I was gonna say like she did the bad guy thing before Billie Eilish, but I actually don't know which one came first. I'm sure I'll let you know in post for the video listeners, the video watchers. I've lived so many lives since the Tessa Violet one. I just wanted to say that. I'm not gonna go into it too deep because I know y'all probably don't care, but Jesus Christ, my life has been a mess. Anyways, the other song I wanted to mention was called If She's Anything Like Me. I think I've only heard that song all the way through, like maybe 5 times in total. And I do love the song. It's just because it makes me cry like a baby. If you were here for my last episode about Tessa Violet, Unrequited Love was a very pertinent topic in that, and that is literally basically what this song is about. It's about liking someone that you know likes someone else, and you have no choice but to be happy for them even though it's killing you inside. And that song kills me inside, but in the best way, but also in the worst way. As long as you show her all I know you to be, if she's anything like me, she'll fall in love. That line alone, bro. Don't even get me started on the last chorus. Anyways, if you want your heart broken, go listen to that song. And now we come to is this her debut album? I'm gonna have to fact check that, but we come to her most recently released album called I think is it her debut album? I really should have wrote this shit down. The album was called It's All True. The artwork, the album cover is so beautiful. I don't know who designed it, but good job. The album cover is beautiful. And it was released on April 28th, 2023. And it consists of 10 songs. So this one is going to be much shorter. Malinda is just an amazing singer, amazing vocals, amazing songwriter, just like incredible, impeccable songwriting. I think she needs to be known. She needs to be known more. She really does, and she needs her flowers because she absolutely deserves them. So let's get into her album and start with track 1, the title track called It's All True. Personally, what I get from this song is that it's about the ups and downs of life in general. Also reassuring the person that you're with that you will be there for them no matter what happens, and that you don't like judge them for their flaws or their past or whatever, and that you yourself have flaws. So like it's reassuring them that like through thick and thin you'll be there with them, right? You are worried and you are free. You are dangerous and deep. You're shattered and you are whole. You are lost and you are in control. And hey, there's nothing to say that it won't find its way to a perfect rhyme. It's all true at the same time. Basically, that life is not like linear. It's not black and white, that two things can be true at once. You don't have to feel one certain way all the time. I had to learn that a lot in the past few years. And not only that, two things can be true about life, two things can be true about yourself too. Like she goes, you're simple and complicated, you are learning and getting jaded, your world is shrinking and open wide, you've been down, but you're alright. Like we are all multifaceted, we all feel a lot of different things at once, and we don't have to condense ourselves down to just one emotion all the time. You can feel multiple, I'm sorry for shaking the camera, you can feel multiple things at once, you know. It's all true at the same time. And then she goes in outro, or is it a part of the last chorus? One of those. If you were not also, if this is your first episode, one of the things about this series is that I'm kind of dumb. That's my whole thing. She goes, shadows are coming now, but I don't want to run from you. I'll run with you. Green flag, like I don't want to run away from my problems. I don't want to hide any of my inner demons or inner issues or flaws with you. I want to share them with you. I want to get through them with you. We'll get through it together. We'll solve it together. I'll run with you. I'm not going to shy away from being honest. And if you have your problems, I'm not going to run away from you. I'm going to be there for you and fix them with you. It's just a beautiful fucking song. It's just beautiful. The writing is beautiful on this whole album. Okay, I think we can move on to track number 2, which is also my second favorite song on the album, called Brooklyn. Brooklyn is about feeling of being like trapped. Like you have so many things you want to do, so many dreams you want to pursue, but you just feel something holding you back. You feel like you can't, and you realize that it's yourself holding you back, you feel stuck. And man, do I relate to this song right now. Like she goes, first of all, the writing, I'm gonna be saying this for the whole video, but the writing on this song specifically, bro. She goes, a poet in the 9 to 5, color drying on my palette knife, sauce of the earth dissolving into the city life, reaching for a paradise, stretching my veins into the sky. Everyone else can learn to fly. Why can't I? Like she's like seeing everybody else do it, and she's like, but everybody else is doing it. Why can't I do it? Why am I stuck? Why am I feel like I'm being held back? Why can't I do it? And I also thought this other lyric was interesting. She goes, thinking that I can give advice from a soul that I don't recognize. Damn. Everyone else can live that lie. Why can't I? And like I see that as like you see everybody that's going after what they want and following their dreams and like being happy with what they do, and you're perceiving it as a lie, but it's not really a lie. They're just doing what they want to do, but you're perceiving it as a lie, like their lives are a lie because you yourself are too scared to do it. You're too scared to follow your dreams. So you think that seeing everybody else follow their dreams, you think that's a lie. You think that's just trying to trick you into doing it and then failing. But no, it's not a lie. Not a lie. Doing what you love in life is so important. So important. I'm guilty of giving previous friends advice all the time when I myself am not following that advice. Like, I'll tell people to go after what they want, and then I wouldn't do it. I relate to that too hard. The bridge. You talk about the bridge. Before we move on, we have to talk about the bridge. So she goes, I'll take it all, stretch me taller, break me open, let me fall. Then she repeats it. And then as she repeats it again, in the background, she starts to go into the verses again. She says a line from the first verse, a line from the second verse. Far too full to take in, which is from the first verse. The only thing that matters in the end, which is from the second verse. Then she repeats it, and then she goes into the first verse again as they're still repeating it in the background. Bro. And it's just, everything is just building and building as this is going on. And then she repeats the second verse again, and it just builds, and all of that builds and builds and builds, and then it breaks into her going, why can't I? The chills I get from that part, bro. The chills I get from that part. It's so hard to explain it. You just need to hear it. When it all all the background vocals stop and it's just her going, ah, oh my gosh. And the harmony, oh my gosh. And you know what I would have never ever listened to a song of this genre before. She has made me want to listen to music this genre because it's so good when she does it. Like, the instrumental is so beautiful on this song. It makes you feel like you're floating. I'm sorry, I need to compose myself. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to compose myself because track 3 is my absolute favorite song. I am so obsessed with this song right now. It is absolutely my favorite song on the album. I might do like a favorite songs of the year, and this song is definitely gonna be on that list. Track 4 is, nope, not track 4. I'm so excited that I misspoke. Track 3 is called I Miss Her and I Blame You, featuring Mia Asano. When I tell you, I was never expecting her to make a song like this. And when I first heard this on first listen, when I heard that beat drop, bro, I love songs like this so much. And the fact that she made a song like this is mind-blowing, and I love it. I love it so much. She's more into like the ballads and like the folk sounding songs. So I was definitely not expecting this type of song. Electro pop, alternative pop, synth song from her. I was not expecting it at all, but I love it. Essentially, this song is about missing your inner child and blaming yourself for basically getting rid of it by not keeping your promises to your inner child. I miss her being your inner child, and I blame you being yourself. Man, I thought this was going to be a gay song, but no. When I first saw the title, I thought this was gonna be a Rainbow Mafia song. No, it's about your inner child. Can we talk about the pre-chorus for 1 second? Little girl in my head, she thought that I'd be wiser. I made her a liar, but I told her I'd be nicer. Couldn't follow through, so she's gone no matter what I do. And now I miss her and I blame you. The most offensive shit I've heard this year. My God, was pretty offensive, but still, that shit is up there. Look, if the younger version of myself saw me right now, she would be like, what the hell happened? I mean, most people don't really keep the promises they made to themselves as kids, because you're a kid. You think you know what you want at that age, but you don't really know. Most people don't really know what you want at that age, so usually you do end up breaking your promises to your inner child. Even though it's what you want, you still feel bad for breaking your promise to your younger self, because, you know, like, it's yourself, but that's a child, you know? Let me take it back to verse 1 real quick, or 2. I think it's verse 1. I don't know anything about music structure. She goes, brushing off the years of dust lying on the photo box, remembering the parts of me that I kept heavy under lock. Oh, revisiting it all I thought was meant to lift me up, but I felt nothing. Like she went through her old childhood memories and she thought it would like bring something out of her and make her like change or want to change or give her clarity or whatever, and she felt nothing. It was no feeling because she was just so disconnected from that part of her life that there was nothing clicked. The writing is just superior. Offensive and superior. I've been watching Emily and Bonnie too much. In the bridge she goes, I drank the poison hoping it would kill you. Now I miss her and I blame you. She tried to silence that voice, that inner child that's still in her. She tried to silence it, but now she realizes she needs it. I feel like everybody in a sense needs to have that inner child within them. You need that. You need that memory of your childhood. It keeps you grounded. You have to remember where you came from to see how much you've grown, you know? Can we talk about that last pre-chorus with that fucking flute? I think that's a flute in the background. It's so beautiful. Please, if you don't stream any other song in this album, please go stream that song. It's too good to pass up. Let's move on to track 4, which is called Every Other Love Song.
The song says it better than I could.
This song is very simple and sweet. It's about not being able to find the right words to express how much you love the person that you're with. It's just wholesome as hell. She starts out with, my brain walks into the room before the rest of me. I wish I could relate. I wish I could think before I spoke. I speak so fast, first of all, that when I start talking, my brain is like, oh, I actually wanted to say this thing. So it like stops me and then I stutter and it's the worst. It's the worst. Anyways, it continues. I seem to follow it around. So good at explaining, at finding the right words. But when I look at you, I fail. When? Then the chorus goes, every other love song says it better than I could. I tried to write a good one, but I gave up like I knew I would. Oh my gosh. Just had to sneak that in there. Now all I can say and all I can do is thank you for the heaven on earth that is time with you. I also wanted to mention this one. She goes, loving you reminds me of seeing the Grand Canyon. Not quite sure what that lyric means, but a lot of people have said like when they saw the Grand Canyon for the first time in real life, it like changed their life. It was like a life-changing experience and it was just so beautiful and so much better to see in real life and all that stuff. So I'm guessing that's what that is. It's like being in love with you reminds me of seeing the Grand Canyon, like, because you changed my life basically. Like in Parks and Recreation, hey, my shirt, during the End of the World episode when April and Andy go to see the Grand Canyon and they feel like their lives have changed because it was just so worth it, and then Andy proceeds to call it Mount Rushmore. He proceeds to confuse it with Mount Rushmore. Yeah, so I think that's what that means. Hopefully. Malinda, if you're watching, if you are watching, hi, I hope I'm doing your album justice. The answer is probably no, but love ya. Let's move on to track 5, which is the most confusing song on the album for me lyrically, called Good Intentions. I've read the lyrics of the song over and over, trying my hardest to turn the smart part of my brain on and think about what the song was really about and trying to say. The only conclusion I could come to is that she is singing from the perspective of the abuser in an abusive relationship, but it doesn't feel right to say that, because maybe that's not, I don't really think that's right, but that's what it felt like to me. Just that's what I got from the context of it all. It's probably wrong. Let me know what y'all think, because I'm very stumped on this one, but it is a beautiful instrumental and her vocals are good too, because she starts out with wonder what they're thinking, but let me provide the truth. You're crying for no reason. I'll find one for you soon. Is it suffering or wisdom? Well, you may never know, but what doesn't kill you now will try again tomorrow. Hate me, love me, let me go. I am not the one who lied. Hold me, want me, wish me gone. You won't make it out alive. And then she goes, I've got good intentions. Baby, learn your lesson. Keep your chest against the gate. Take what I'm giving. It may be less than the living, but I promise you'll be safe. I just feel very, very stupid because I cannot decipher it at all. If that's not what the song is actually about, then I am very sorry for misinterpreting it. Because like she's saying she has good intentions, but whoever she is singing as obviously does not have good intentions. So that's why I was thinking of like a relationship that's very toxic and abusive and aggressive like that. Like, keep your chest against the gate, take what I'm giving, and maybe less than living. Like, this is not a good situation, you know? Like I said, beautiful vocals, beautiful instrumental, otherwise. Let's move on to track 6, which is called Figure It Out.
Baby, don't you see? You don't.
This song is basically telling your partner that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay to be confused or unsure about your future. It's okay to not have it all figured out, which is something I needed to hear. So thank you, Malinda, for this song. And of course, I learned it now, but I wish I had the song like a year, 2 years back. She goes, a box of time wrapped in vision. I'll lay it at your feet. All this apprehension won't make you feel complete. I know you don't believe it, but baby, don't you see? You don't have to have it all figured out for me. She repeats the line, a box of time wrapped in vision, 3 times. The first time she says, I'll lay it at your feet. And then she goes, it's on the table by your bed. And then she goes, I'll place it in your hand. And I really wish I could pretend I knew what a box of time wrapped in vision meant, but I don't. And after that, she goes, we know the best ambitions almost never go to plan. Seeing that lyric with all of my failed small business stuff sitting here, it cracks me up. It wasn't really an ambition though. I learned too late that it's not really what I wanted to do with my life, so wasn't really a failure. It was just a mistake, you know. And if you subscribe to my Patreon, I may or may not be giving some of the stuff away to you as a reward for subscribing to my Patreon, so you should go check it out. And I like this song because it goes against that like thing where people are like, before you get into a relationship, you have to have your life together. You need to be together, have your life together, love yourself. Before you get into a relationship, you need to know exactly what your goals and plans and ambitions are before you get into a relationship. And this song contests that. And I love that she made a song like this saying that you don't have to have it all figured out. As long as you are present in the relationship and giving your all and are happy, you don't have to have anything else figured out. You don't have to have your future planned, because things happen just randomly at any time. You just never know what can happen in life, and just because you don't have everything figured out doesn't mean you are not worthy of love. I love the whole song, but the drums specifically, just perfect. She has an amazing voice. She's had it since the Google Translate sing days, and she's only gotten better. We're gonna move on to track 7, which is called Like It's the End.
Love me, oh, love me.
Okay, horny folks, are you still here? If you are, then this song is for you. Stand up. This is your time. Bottom line, this song is basically, the world is very shitty right now, so let's just have sex. That's what it is. That's what it is. The world is basically ending, so let's just have sex like it's the end, you know? And I love that. She goes, where we're going, it's gone now. What time we had left, well, it's done. Whatever we learned is wrong now. Why did we think we could run? So why don't we shut all the doors now? Smoke seeping in through the walls. I'll lie on the floor at your feet now. Kiss me open, let me fall. Love me like it's the end. And not just the world in general, I'm guessing it's like also their lives, because she goes, make me forget to see how the world could have been if they cared. I don't know who they is, but Jesus Christ. Once again, I'm gonna say, God forbid a woman be horny. Let artists be horny on main. The next song, track 8, is called Between Us and Them.
with the ocean between us and them.
Now this song specifically, I am just way too dense to know what exactly this song is about, but the storytelling is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful storytelling. But thanks to Genius, she does have a quote about the song that explains it, so I'm gonna read it right now. Here's the quote. It was January 2021 when it looked like we might be crashing into World War III for a second, and I was just angry over war as a whole, and was remembering the moment I realized what war was and wanted to write about it. And then I thought about interviewing my mom and grandmother about their wartime memories as well, and that feeling of separation and guilt when you're the ones that are safe. It makes so much more sense now. And I basically kind of knew that. I was just very unsure. Being a Gen Zer, I have not had to think about war. Well, with the whole Russia versus Ukraine thing, I guess now I have. But the only time I would see war was learning about it in school. And I never thought about what it was like to actually live through, the time of some of the biggest wars that we learn about in school, how that time was. And how it felt to see all of that shit on TV and on the news while you're sitting in the comfort of your own home safe. And I never realized that the guilt that you may feel seeing that, like people out there losing their lives and you're just sitting on your couch watching it all go down from the comfort of your own home. Like, that's crazy. Honestly, it's amazing that she wrote a song like this. And also, apparently, the song jumps between two time signatures, verses in 4/4 and instrumental in 7/8. No idea what that means, but it seemed like an interesting thing to add. Read some of the lyrics just so you can know how amazing this songwriting is. 1973, there's a record on. Her daughter sings along. Mama locked on the TV as she hushes her song. Far away in Vietnam concludes a senseless dispute. Mama weeps for the 20 years that we put death in a business suit. The television in the back of the room tries to make sense of it all, where the story written becomes the writing on the wall. Power making promises it never meant to keep, with the ocean between us and them, rocking her to sleep. Just poetry, man. Just a masterpiece. Malinda Kathleen Reese is going places, okay? She is just getting started. Oh, I have to read this part too, because it's heartbreaking. Tanks roll down the sand past crying women, wounded men. Grandma shouts them out. You're not to watch the news again. Then she tries to get her back, says come and play with me, but she says I don't feel like playing anymore. As Grandma tucks her in and tries to give her some relief, she fears her babies learn what she already knew. The truth don't always set you free. Malinda, bravo on this song. Beautifully written. The next song, track 9, is called Wear Me Down.
If you're gonna wear me down.
Most of this album brought me confusion, now that I'm thinking about it. That's just how you know the songwriting is good. But the conclusion I came to is that the song was about slowly falling in love with either somebody that you have a casual relationship with or somebody that you're living with, like a roommate or something. Or it's about knowing that you're gonna break up with the person that you're already with in a serious relationship. It's one of those three options. And that's the beautiful thing about music. It can be interpreted in so many different ways. I've gotten good at crying quietly, my mouth wide open. Hoping you can't hear me, holding my breath, but a lonely sound escapes. You kiss my shoulder out of worry. Several hours I finally wake up, 2 flowers in a red plastic cup. You placed them on the kitchen table and left me to stare at the door you left unlocked. If you're gonna wear me down slowly. I know it'll all catch up with me eventually. And that makes it sound like, to me, that like you're catching feelings for somebody. But then, when you get home, you apologize, meaning they live together. Which is what brought me to the roommate thing. Waiting for it's okay, but your little act of courage instead meets my disdain, which led me to the breaking up thing. And so I play the fiddle on the roof while you burn, knowing full well we'll never learn. If I'm gonna wear you down, I'll wear you down slowly, but I know it'll all catch up with me eventually. This is what made me write the breakup thing. Oh, I stitched up the wound, but it's too tired to heal. It's unclear where we could go from here. And then she repeats the if you're gonna wear me down again. It's unclear where we could go from here. That can be interpreted like the relationship has run its course, or like we want to be together but it's unclear of how we can really be together, you know? Like, it's so many different things, and I feel like I should just have a solid answer, but you don't always have to have that. You don't have to have it all figured out. That was my time. Anyways, so this song is either extremely sad, or it's either heartbreaking in a bad way or heartbreaking in a good way. The person is coming home, so it's obviously not a casual relationship if they live together, unless they're roommates that have a casual relationship. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on to track 10. Oh my god, we're finished. I'm kind of sad. Track 10 is called Collage. All I wrote in the notes for this song is, again, I'm a dumb bitch, good luck filming me. LOL. Another song that I couldn't interpret. It's highly embarrassing that I can't now analyze these songs, because this is basically my whole job during these videos. Let me read the lyrics and see if I can come up with anything. It's a beautiful song. Like every other song. A love song made sense again today. All that was ever true. Album title. Reference. Gave away. I peered through his door, wiser than before. Oh, is that a callback to I miss her and I blame you, because she says thought that I'd be wiser? A kind word shattered me today. Me. That is so me. It makes no sense. Letters embraced me from the page. I felt them intertwine and I knew it was time. Sharing breakfast in my bed, choking on my fear and dread. The perfect cup of tea, a glittering mystery, a collage of what's been true. Bring it back into view. Decide if it's a part of you. Beautiful, bro. I can't be someone I haven't met yet. I forgot about that damn lyric. Oh my gosh, that is so offensive. Yeah, this is one where I just seriously do not know. And I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. I literally feel stupid for not knowing what this song means, and I'm disappointed in myself. It's obviously a love song, because she says it at the beginning. The oh whoa part, again, floating, like you're floating above the clouds, bro. I'm so sorry to the viewers, to the listeners, and to Malinda herself. It's a wonderful song, and you should absolutely go listen to it. And if you know what it means, put it in the comments, please. I'm begging you. It's also interesting that she starts the album with it's all true at the same time, and then she ends the album with a collage of what's been true, bring it back into view. Almost as if she like lost the truth within the album, and then she started to find it again, kind of, in the last song. It's very interesting. But yeah, that was all 10 songs if it's all true, and you absolutely need to go stream the song and follow Malinda, subscribe to her channel. The links to the album will be in the description. Go follow her, go subscribe to her channel, check her music out. She deserves it. She's about to go on tour, so you should go check it out. Go see if she's coming to a city near you. She is, go see her. From the clips I've seen, she's an amazing performer. Thank you so much for watching the Indie Album Spotlight. If you like this, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to this channel. I would love it. I would love it even more if you subscribe to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. I'll be posting on there as much as I can. I'll also, like I said, I will probably be sending some of my old business stuff out to you guys, since I'm gonna have to get rid of it somehow. You can follow all my socials, will be in the description. I'll have my link tree in the description, so that's all my I live so many different lives on the internet, so all of my social medias are on my link tree in the description. She keeps making shit like this, then she's only gonna get bigger and bigger, so hop on the train now, honestly. Thank you for listening. If you're listening on podcast platforms, go ahead and give me 5 stars, and follow or add the podcast to your library or whatever you do on podcast platforms. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel a lot more professional now that I have a setting. I'm at a desk, you just can't see the desk. I will have other videos that are not music related, like I'll have TV show and movie videos. I'm just trying to find ideas for those videos, okay? So stick around for those. I'll see you guys in the next video or episode. Bye.